This is Megan Von Sell, your cancer expert, and I'm the owner and CEO of Cancer Peace University, where it is our goal to set you free from the fear of cancer. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about a protocol that can target mitochondrial disease. We're going to be talking about something called DCA, sodium dichloroacetate. And DCA has been discovered to reverse mitochondrial disease and support the mitochondria. Dr. Otto Warburg was a German cancer researcher that found that cancer cells have abnormal mitochondria and missing mitochondria. And mitochondrial disease will cause the mitochondria to produce ATP in a different manner. So normally mitochondria will respire oxygen to produce ATP. When cells are becoming abnormal and there's damage to the mitochondria, what can happen is that cells can start fermenting glucose to produce ATP through a process of glycolysis instead of continuing the process through the electron transport chain in the mitochondria to produce ATP by respiring oxygen through glucose oxidation. And DCA is able to help support the mitochondria. So let's look a little bit at what DCA does within the cell. DCA has been found to stifle PDK, a gatekeeper of the mitochondria. Let's look in a little more detail. So what is PDK? PDK is pyruvate dehydrogenase kinase, and this is an enzyme that is high in cancer cells. And PDK is used by cancer cells to deactivate an enzyme system on the outer mitochondrial membrane, pyruvate dehydrogenase enzyme system, which allows for glucose to transition to pyruvate and pyruvate enter into the mitochondria, and in order to do the citric acid cycle and later transition to the electron transport chain to produce ATP through glucose oxidation. And so what occurs with DCA is that DCA will stifle PDK, which will allow pyruvate dehydrogenase on the outer mitochondrial membrane to begin allowing glucose oxidation within the mitochondria, which restores the normal process of the mitochondria producing ATP or cellular energy. Cancer cells are immortal fermenters of glucose to produce ATP, and they don't go through apoptosis or normal cell death. In a normal scenario, a normal cell will complete its life cycle and complete its purpose within the body and go through normal cell death after producing a daughter cell, a healthy cell. But what happens with cancer cells is that apoptosis is turned off in cancer cells. And Dr. Evangelos was the first doctor to research DCA. He was actually looking at pulmonary arterial hypertension and started to support people with pulmonary arterial hypertension with DCA to target the mitochondria, because it was found that people with pulmonary arterial hypertension had also damaged mitochondria. And Dr. Evangelos found success in reversing mitochondrial damage and helping mitochondria to fire up again and become active again in this specific case of pulmonary arterial hypertension. Thus, he continued studies with cancer, and a study done in 2007 at University of Alberta looked at DCA and its impact on cancer. In lab rats that had brain cancer, lung cancer, and breast cancer, DCA was found to induce apoptosis or normal cell death. Dr. Evangelos also performed a clinical trial of 49 patients and found that DCA was able to increase the production of a gene called P53, which is a tumor suppressing gene. It also was able to, DCA was able to inhibit the process of angiogenesis, or the formation of blood vessels within a tumor. And he also found that mitochondria began to fire up, and mitochondria were depolarized and became active in glucose oxidation within the cancer patients in the clinical trial. So DCA is a great tool that can be used with cancer. There are potential side effects of neuropathy, DCA also is a substance that needs to be diluted a lot with water. But I hope that you've enjoyed learning about DCA. If you're a holistic practitioner and you are wanting to become a holistic cancer expert and support those with cancer, our next course is starting next Tuesday, August 4th. And enrollment is still open. We have a couple spots up for grab. If you would like to join Cancer Peace University August 4th, you can send me a personal message and apply through www.cancerpeaceuniversity.com, and I'd love to connect with you and share with you more about the Cancer Peace University course that's starting on Tuesday. Thank you so much and have a great day.